Well, you see, sir, there are the dots, the pots, and the hots. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Today we're going to talk about Queen Amidala's kit, which is interesting in a lot of different ways, lots of different possibilities, and we'll talk about it, because that's what we do, is talk. And let's talk about our patrons first. The patrons here are amazing. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. I couldn't do it without you guys. I really couldn't, and I appreciate all the support, for real. And guys, if you want to support this channel for free, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm, guys. Mount it twice. It's marvelous. Let's talk about this kit, though, and the reveal and all of that. It's pretty spectacular, honestly, in a lot of different ways. So, Galactic Republic character, of course, which is the biggest question being, will she just be subsumed into one of the currently existing Galactic Republic? I mean, there's just a whole menagerie of them. There's a ton of them, guys. And, was she just going to be the left hand, right hand man, woman, person for some other character? Like, is she going to just go with Jedi Master Kenobi? It looks like not, honestly. It looks interesting. We can look at, you guys can read all this other stuff. We're gonna skip all the way to this FAQ. Frequently asked questions that no one's, I guess people have asked. In fact, who's gonna go with her? And we're not getting Captain Panaka, unfortunately. We're not even getting a Captain Panak off, like some security officer. We're getting another version of Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan, which is weird. I mean, we all kind of predicted Padawan Obi-Wan, but the Qui-Gon is surprising, because we already have a Qui-Gon from this era, because the Omikron that he has kind of banks on the fact that your Galactic Republic Jedi get pissed when he dies and do extra damage, just like Obi-Wan did at the end of Phantom Menace. And so this one, Master Qui-Gon, he's just a little bit better than not Qui-Gon. This is going to be interesting to see how they play with her. And the interesting thing is they gave us a release date, kind of. Like they said, but they'll be in the game before the end of the third Queen Amidala conquest. So they've given themselves a time frame, which I don't know if they've ever really given themselves that much of a time frame for marquees like this. It's fine. I'm not complaining at all. It's just, times are always changing. CG always does new things. I think they think we like having information, which we do. So thank you. Keep that up, CG. Now, she has an S5 heavy blaster pistol. It's not just a medium blaster pistol. It's not even a medium plus blaster pistol. It is heavy. This is heavy, Doc. And so it does things with stacks of heal over. So the whole kit, guys, is about generating heal over time, protection over time. Boba Fett is licking his chops. So is Dash with his like both of them do a lot of extra damage based on how many stacks that they can dispel. And it's looking like a lot right now, folks. It looks like a whole lot. It exposes things. All Galactic Republic allies gain 3 stacks of hot and pot, which is cool. So whenever she does a basic, everyone gains 3 stacks. So if people call her to assist, for instance, everyone's gonna get tons of stacks. This is gonna break our phones, guys. We're gonna have to upgrade our phones. This is a vile plot to force us to upgrade our phones. This is like a Verizon thing, I'm guessing. No, I don't know. And we also have the decoy handmaiden who does stuff. If there's a handmaiden there, then apparently she heals people as well. She's like, hey, my handmaiden's here. You guys go forth and be healed. Okay, so her next special, I am Queen Amidala. That's very Iron Man of her, thank you. It has an Omikron on it. And so it dispels all buffs on all enemies. So it's an AoE. Deal physical damage to them. All the allies gain accuracy up. Woo! That's a relief. Thank God for accuracy up. If there is an active ally, handmaiden, decoy, you can stagger the target enemy It can't be evaded or resisted. Stagger's nice. It's a good strategic thing if we can remember. Everyone gains defense pen up and 3 stacks of hot and pot for 2 turns. And it can't be evaded. So that's cool. So everyone, so far, regardless of what you do, whenever she does some kind of attack, everyone gains 3 stacks of hots and pots. And then the Omikron itself, it ignores enemy protection. So I'm curious if it's just going to kill the Gungans. It's just, she's like, you know what? We've never as a people enjoyed the Gungans. Let's just kill them. They don't have any health. Like, all of their stuff is in protection. Let's just murder them right now. It's kind of a fun little, I don't know, reenactment. I mean, it's lore accurate, right? They're like, yeah, we hate the Gungans and we're going to butcher them. I'm going to butcher them, in fact. I'm going to lead my people to victory, obviously. So all allies, so in Grand Arena, they get crit damage up and 4 stacks of hots and pots for 2 turns, which, does that subsume the other 3 here? Or do we just get 7 every time she uses it? It's madness. All enemies are inflicted with a stack of damage over time, so they get a dot, and we get dots and hots and pots, all in the same sentence. No, not sentence even. I'm sorry. I got too excited. I apologize profusely, kind of. And then, let's see. So, for each active Galactic Republic ally, so this is better in 5s than in 3s, speed down and vulnerable for 2 turns, and have their cooldowns reduced by 1, which can't be resisted. This just is like, and then. If there is an active ally handmaiden decoy, these effects can't be evaded. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Like, all of this stuff can't be evaded. Like, the dots, I guess. Okay. And then, let's see. Oh, here's our Ascension gun. Whoop! She just looks like she's getting raptured, honestly. She just, like, shoots the air and just, whoop! Goodbye, I'm out of here. It's a 4 cooldown. The other one is only 3 cooldowns, guys. And in GAC, if you have the Omikron, then she's going to also reduce her cooldown. Oh no, this is enemy cooldowns increased. Never mind. I apologize again, less profusely. Now, this next one, it dispels all debuffs on all allies. So the first one was getting rid of buffs on enemies. This one is dispelling debuffs on her friends. Call all non-galactic legend. All of her stuff is about non-galactic legends, so we can't have that. And they have to be Galactic Republic allies to assist, and everyone recovers 20% health and protections. Even though we have hots and pots all over the place, she's also just got natural healing for everyone, which is almost redundant, but we'll just continue on. It removes turn meter from one enemy, 50%. It's not too bad. So another one you can't really take. It looks like at least they want you to be punished for taking Cat with her. So no Galactic Legend or Scoundrel allies. They're just like, you know what? We don't like Galactic Legends. We don't like Scoundrels, and we don't like Gungans. Like, those are the things we don't like. These are a few of our least favorite things. It does summon an ally. So if you have Cat, you can't summon the decoy, which, I mean, the decoy is pretty nice. Let's see, if they're already present, then everyone else, all the Galactic Republic allies gain defense up, speed up, tenacity up, and Galactic Republic non-tanks gain stealth. Woo, that's cool. So then you can preload it with a tank, and the tank just kind of gets a pseudo-taunt at that point, which, I mean, that's cool, except you just summoned a handmaiden to permataunt, so it's like, hey, you just don't get stealth. You're not as fancy as us. That's fine though. I mean, the stealth is nice because it'll help with, like, I don't know, Boba Fett being able to just hunt them immediately sometimes. I don't really know. We'll see how this goes, how this kit goes. It's such a big kit though, folks. Queen Amidala has 20% max health and max protection, 10% crit chance, crit damage. All allies are immune to cooldown manipulation. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool down. So I guess they can't. She doesn't want C-3PO on the team either, right? Because he's Galactic Republic. She doesn't want... I mean, I guess he could join. He just doesn't get to do the coolest thing, which is the translation part where you can get your cooldowns up and down. Let's see. So the decoy, whenever she's summoned, she just stands there and taunts. She doesn't actually do anything. When she... Let's see. Whenever she's defeated, then the one who defeated her gets doubt for 2 turns, which is cool. Locked doubt, which is nice. Let's see. And then Queen Amidala gains a bonus turn and a damage immunity for 2 turns. And that's cool as well. Whenever the Handmaiden is active, whenever a hot or pot expire on a Galactic Republic ally, they recover health and protection. That's cool. They've already been recovering it, but they recover some more of it. And whenever a hot or a pot expire on Amidala, she gains a stack of Queen's Protection, which, I mean, she's going to have a ton of this Queen's Protection stuff, guys. Max of 10, she's going to get that just almost instantly. I mean, even if no other character is generating it for her, she takes 2 turns and she'll have it, basically. Let's see, it can't be prevented. For each stack of Queen's Protection she has, all other Galactic Republic allies gain double those stats. What stats, you ask? They gain double of 3% max health and max protection, potency, tenacity, and speed. Which double, that means she's gonna have 50. Everyone else is gonna gain... Everyone else is gonna gain 100 speed just for that. Handmaiden Decoy is immune to effects and blah, 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 blah. We don't know how thick Handmaiden Decoy is going to be. Apparently very thick. We don't know, though. And then in Grand Arena, you get some stuff that, you get some stats. You get immune to fear and immune to healing immunity, which is nice. I don't see any immune to buff immunity, though. Buff immunity seems like that would shut this down, right? Because of all the hots and pots, if you can't gain them... I mean, you could dispel the buff immunity, but it seems like that's something they want as an option. So let's see. Whenever an ally is inflicted with damage over time, they dispel it, and allies gain a stack of healing over time and protection over time for 2 turns. So when one ally is inflicted with a dot, it goes away, and everyone else gains hots and pots, which is a funny little defense against her husband, who deals in dots quite a bit. Let's see, the Handmaiden does stuff, can't really do anything. But I guess if she is called to assist, I guess everyone recovers 10% health and protection, and it gives advantage to some random enemy. Hey, enjoy advantage, I guess. As the lead, so that was just the unique. That is a really long unique. Holy balls. And then the leader, my place is with my people. So yeah, that's all given before she's even, ruler. That's madness. All allies have 20% defense, 15% max health and max protection. At the start of battle, if all allies are Galactic Republic and there's no Galactic Legend allies, so whenever an enemy attacks out of turn, they are inflicted with a dot for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted, and it removes 10% turn meter from all enemies, which can't be resisted, which is another... okay, so whenever they attack out of turn, then that character gets a dot... and it removes 10% turn meter from all enemies, and that can't be resisted, which is crazy. You don't want to attack out of turn. This is very similar mechanics to the Padme stuff that it doesn't penalize people quite as much, but this is, gosh, when they attack out of turn, it removes 10% turn meter. That's crazy, man. If there's certain teams that just aren't going to be able to deal with this. Let's see, at the start of each ally's turn, gain the crit damage for each stack of heal over time and 3% offense for each stack of protection over time till the end of their turn, which is nice. They're going to have a lot of these stacks. They're going to have like 30% extra offense and extra crit damage. It's crazy. Whenever an enemy critically hits an ally, this explains why the bodyguard gives advantage, because then that you're like, oh, hey, you crit me, thank you. Then that enemy has 5% or has minus 5% crit damage, defense, all this stuff stacking until the end of the encounter, which can't be resisted. So you're also debuffing the enemy team in an enormous way every time they do a crit. So they do an AoE, then against your 5-man team, or against your 6-man team, because you have a decoy, that's minus 30% defense, minus 30% offense, minus 30% crit damage, and that just stacks until the end of the fight, until, like, it's... That is crazy. That is bonkers good. And then this is the weird one, guys. So up to this point, there's no mention of protection up, which makes me think we might get Luminara. I'll show you guys her Omikron in just a minute. But this one is the one thing that kind of throws me off. So whenever an ally uses a special ability, they gain bonuses based on their role. So attackers get some attacker things, tanks get some healing, supports and healers gain protection up and speed up, which, I mean, that sounds fine. It really does sound fine. The problem is, if you want to use Luminara here, folks, which you can see, apparently I clicked out of her. She's super zoomed in. But if you look at her Omikron here, folks, okay, so first off, when she uses this ability, it's cooldown 4, but when she uses this ability, then everyone on our team, they gain healing and a stack of heal over time. Just one stack of hot, which is so pedestrian. It's such a peasant move for someone as grandiose as Padme. But while in Grand Arena, so this is the thing that makes this interesting, guys. I'll dispel all debuffs on allies. Allies gain tenacity up for 2 turns. Luminara gains 50 speed for 2 turns. That's cool. Oh, I mean, it's an Omikron. She better get something. Stacks of heal over time gained from this ability. So you just get one, but whenever it's triggered, it triggers whenever another heal over time from this ability triggers, which, okay, it triggers when it triggers, and whenever they trigger when they trigger, and whenever they trigger, they also recover protection. Cool. While allies have a stack of heal over time from this ability, so this is the cool part, guys. While they have a stack from this ability, they have plus 100% critical avoidance and are immune to turn meter reduction. So that's a nice little protection for the team. Those are 2 things that you're not really getting from Amidala's kit. At least, you're not getting it from her. Maybe you'll get it from Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan. We don't know, but you're not getting it from her. Whenever a stack of heal over time from this ability is dispelled, I don't know if that means it also, like, if it just wears off, if it just goes away naturally, reduce the cooldown of this ability by 1. So she should be getting this a reasonable amount, hopefully. Otherwise, well, I guess this actually, if she's on the team, you can't reduce the cooldowns of this ability. She only gets it every 4 turns. Because we have the cooldown thing. So I don't really know if this is gonna go with her, honestly. Because of the cooldown reduction thing is just not gonna be a thing. She's not gonna use this very often, and if someone dispels it right away, then all these cool benefits go away. It's like Stormtrooper Han's taunt. You can't give the benefits from Stormtrooper Han's taunt, where when he gets hit, then his whole team gets 20% turn meter or whatever. If he taunts with his taunting ability, then he gets that. If, like, Watt, for instance, assigns the taunt to Stormtrooper Han, then it's a different kind of taunt and you don't get the cool benefits. Similarly, the other Hots, like, they're just imposters. She knows which ones are good, and once those ones are dispelled, then she just isn't going to be able to use them. You can't use them for the same cool stuff at, like, essentially, it turns out that Padme, or Amidala, whatever, is the one who is the peasant, and she creates peasant damage over times, or hots and pots, that don't actually do the cool stuff that Luminara does. It has to be her hots or nothing. So, I don't know, guys. It seems like that's fairly easy to circumvent, whatever. The other thing that's kind of throwing me off here, guys, and this is why I said earlier, I don't know about the protection up. Other allies with protection up can't gain these bonuses, and these stacks of heal over time expire on other allies who gain protection up. So you can't even get protection up, or heal over time. With protection up, you can't have heal over time, or at least not her fancy ones. And so people are saying maybe she'll go with Luminara. It just seems like, first off, her kit kind of just precludes the use of this, just because the protection up for supports and healers, which Amidala herself is a support, and I think Luminara actually is a healer, isn't she? I don't know. I guess we can look. That ability is called Healer's Blessing. Yeah, she is a healer. I just looked. You guys can take my word for it, or you can look it up yourself. So, what's going on here? I don't know. I kind of think with the cooldown reduction thing and with the protection up thing, it seems like maybe Luminara is not part of it. So we'll see. Plus, then you can't have Amidala, the junior or senior. You can't have OG Padme with the team, because she hands out so much passive protection up that no one's going to get the hots of the pots. And so my guess is that Padme will go with this team, but Luminara is just stuck in Omikron hell, and you're a bad person for applying it. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this kit. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.